were all aware that Mies wasn't exactly the most faithful person, he was caught in the act this time, and receipts showing DMs, a mystery woman, and a controversy so ugly that Yandy had to intervene have been published. But hold on, who is this unidentified woman? How did she get these direct messages? What did Yandy do when she found out? More importantly, because trust me, you already know that someone will pay when Yandy discovers some bullshit. Investigating screenshots and making connections on social media are the tasks of the internet detectives. Is there more to the story than we realize, or am I truly being shady behind Yandy's back? You're not ready for this tea, I promise, so stay focused because we're going to go over every tangled detail. Keep an eye out, this man was just caught up in the year's most juicy, messiest, and scandalous drama, and I mean caught red-handed. Caught up in his own deception. Now pay attention. Have you ever been aimlessly browsing social media when an entire controversy sprang up in your face? That is precisely what transpired when an unidentified woman felt it was time to divulge every detail of Mies's personal life behind Yandy's back. And believe me when I say that this is a full-blown relationship that has been discovered, not just a minor cheating incident. You are already aware of how the internet works. Before we can even look at the screenshots, one leak becomes a deluge. This isn't brand new, but let's take a closer look at it because it's a top-tier FBI probe. This woman is who? Why is she suddenly revealing him? What does this signify for me personally? Everything was publicly visible, including voice notes and receipts, and let's just say it looks awful. However, let's take a moment to reflect on how we got here. If you know anything about Mies, you are aware of his already troubled past, which includes his tumultuous relationship with Yandy, his ongoing baby mama controversy, and his previous legal troubles. Now, Yandy, let's discuss this woman since she did more than simply make statements. She offered proof. I'm referring to screenshots that even display the iPhone's battery level in the corner as proof. She claims that she and Mies had been conversing for a minute, and I don't mean in a lighthearted manner. They paid for weekend trips, talked late into the night, and texted each other, "I miss you." If you thought this was simply another lady trying to provoke a conflict, you should reconsider. She was ready with voice messages, dates, timestamps, hotel receipts, and, most strange of all, messages that don't lie. Mies expresses to this woman his sense of being stuck in his marriage. You mean to tell me, sir, that you feel stuck because of the same woman who kept you down while you were in prison, stood up for you, and reared your kids while you were away? The nerve, the arrogance. Furthermore, Yandy isn't a moron. She's been in the industry long enough to recognize the silliness. Another woman, yes, several women, came out just when we thought the situation couldn't get much messier. There was only one at first, but then the floodgates opened, and women began posting their own, "Oh, he was in my DMs too" stories all at once. Additionally, the receipts and the patterns match. Therefore, the question is, was Mies leading a double life? The fact that they aren't merely DMs, that I made a mistake, makes this painful. Is this the conscious effort to harm this man's reputation, or is he indeed living a secret life? Since the information in these letters is disorganized, let's get to the point. Hey, beautiful texts were not all that they were. Rather, he was discussing plans for the future, vacations, travels, and commitments. He'd appeared to be in a totally different relationship based on the manner he was texting this unidentified woman. What's the worst? I feel stuck. I don't know if Yandy is truly the one, and I just want to be happy again, are all statements that no married man should ever make. Are you saying that the woman who supported you while you were imprisoned and turned down other guys for you isn't the one, sir? That isn't logical. As you are already aware, the internet is making jokes about Mies maybe going insane because he couldn't have messed up Yandy in this way. But believe me, things get worse. Now that people are bringing up old love and hip-hop videos of Mies acting shaddily, things are starting to look terrible. Remember that Mies has already been criticized for his extracurricular involvement. Recall his statement on national television that if the roles had been reversed, he wouldn't have kept Yandy down. The entire time, the writing was on the wall. And just when we believed that things couldn't get much worse, Yandy learns. Let me tell you something, Yandy isn't the kind of person who prefers to remain silent. You already know that she was enraged when she saw the communications and the disclosures. Wait until you hear what occurred next if you thought the first half was crazy. What did Mies believe was going to occur? Due to Yandy's lack of the cry quietly in the corner mentality, not the call your phone, pull up to your location, flip the table, and ask you to say it to her face kind. It's going to drop, I assure you. What on earth could Mies say to explain this? Let's face it, you already know the streets are talking and the receipts are facts, not just speculation. Because Yandy was not going to overlook this, I assure you, and neither a concerned friend nor a private investigator told her. No, she found out about it on the internet, just like the rest of us. Imagine getting up, pulling up your phone, and browsing Instagram when all of a sudden your husband's private life becomes the talk of the town. That would drive anyone insane, regardless of how calm they are. Since Yandy isn't the kind to respond with an emotive, sobbing, whiny response, let's take a time to chat about her. No, ma'am. This woman has too much experience in the game to be inexperienced in handling a scandal. She is calculated, strategic, and, above all, a businesswoman. Mies played himself if he believed he would humiliate her and get away with it. She immediately ceased using shady TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and any other social media after seeing the screenshots. Yandy doesn't cry, but she's either crying or planning. What does she do then? She keeps phoning Mies, and guess what? He doesn't respond. In the midst of the worst scandal of his life, why would a guy who insists he is innocent disregard his wife's calls? He was also having trouble breathing because of the internet. Clown emojis were being used to tag him and Yandy in every post he made. As one individual put it, "Bro, just log out forever." Yandy was working in the background at the time, and her subsequent move astounded everyone. She did something much better than replying on the internet. She packed her luggage. Yes, sis did in fact purchase a ticket and depart on business. What happened to her? Directly to Miami. Miami is where everything happens, if you've been paying attention. At the same time, guess who was in Miami? Mies's unidentified woman. The internet was providing full FBI investigation vigor when it began to connect the links. On the streets, people were saying that Yandy went down there to acquire the truth directly from the source, which obviously made perfect sense. Yandy is not a fool. She is aware that Mies is not telling the truth. Then another series of messages emerged, just when we thought things couldn't get much messier. However, they weren't from the first woman alone this time. No. The receipts got even worse when a second woman entered the conversation. Voicemails, screenshots from FaceTime, and even Cash App transactions are on the table. Yes, Mies wasn't merely making fun of these women. He was also spending money, and that's the easiest way to make a problem worse. This went viral on the internet, where some claimed he was behaving like Future and financing side ladies as if they were charity. And you already know that Yandy witnessed everything. She didn't go live or give a sit-down interview when she did speak. No, she took a more barbaric action. She just uploaded one image. And you know what? It featured her with a specific person, her former acquaintance. When I say that people were going crazy on the internet because she had completely changed the course of events. Furthermore, this wasn't your average, pleasant, informal link-up photo. If there's one thing that a man like Mies can't cope with, it's watching his girlfriend move on. So let's talk about that. He likely assumed she would be upset, but the caption was the true dagger. The smiles were sincere, and the position was personal. The world instantly realized Yandy was finished. And now, his own wife was making him look ridiculous in addition to the internet. The internet has already sided with them. His marriage is on life support, and he is popular for all the wrong reasons. What comes next? Yandy did what all men dread. She went out to remind everyone that she is still that girl, shown and caught flies. Naturally, Mies wants to communicate now that she's moved on. His phone works all of a sudden, and he has something to say. The true query, though, is whether Yandy is interested in hearing it at all. Is this the end of one of the most famous couples on reality TV, or is Mies trying to woo her back with some "I've changed" ploy? Oh, it's going to get even wilder because there's always another twist at the end, and you're not prepared, I assure you. Another bombshell is dropped just when you think things can't get any messier. Yandy unfollowing Mies was just the first step, as it turns out. Oh crap, she went into full purge mode. Instead of simply clicking the unfollow button, she began purging everything that had previously occupied her timeline, including old anniversary posts and adorable couple goals photos. In the world of celebrities, you are already aware of what that means. But don't worry, Mies is still working to limit the harm. His public relations team hurried to issue a statement asserting that the so-called other woman was only an old friend and that the DMs were misinterpreted. However, the internet didn't believe it, particularly since there were other women involved. More women have come forward since this whole fiasco started, implying that they may have encountered Mies on their own. Let's just say that the evidence is mounting more quickly than he can refute it. Screenshots, voicemails, and even a grainy video that has gone viral online of a man who resembles Mies embracing someone who is most definitely not Yandy at a club. Yandy, however, is being clever. She's acting elegantly rather than responding on Instagram, as some may anticipate. She appears in public for the first time at a charity function, looking stunning and unconcerned. Rumors begin to circulate, the photographers go crazy, and the blogs immediately take notice. Mies, meantime, is keeping his head down, avoiding interviews, and avoiding public appearances. He reportedly begged Yandy to meet with him in private so he could give his version of events, but based on what we're hearing, Yandy is not interested in hearing it. Now, since she isn't going away, let's talk about this so-called other woman. She's actually working harder, giving interviews, and implying that she has more secrets to share. The streets are now aflutter with speculation that she may dump even more receipts after the Shade Room tweeted a mysterious tweet that read, "If the truth hurts, just wait till the whole truth comes out." But hold on, things get worse. Do you recall the old interview where Mies stated that if the situations were reversed, he wouldn't stay? Officially, that video has gone viral once more. On social media, fans are berating him for being so vivacious when it came to Yandy's potential infidelity. But now that he's the one in the hot seat, he's quiet. Fans, by the way, aren't holding back. Once a cheater, always a cheater, someone tweeted. One person stated, "This man embarrassed you publicly. Don't take him back privately." While another added, "Sis, run." Furthermore, it should be noted that Mies has previously been involved in drama. Despite his past bad experiences, Yandy has always supported him. However, it feels different this time. The receipts are indisputable, the betrayal is public, and Yandy is acting as though she has finished. Then, without warning, she shares a single Instagram story with a black screen and the caption, "A woman's intuition is never wrong." Mama Judy, Messie's mother, then steps in to defend her son, claiming that people are exaggerating the situation and that Mies loves his family. Fans, however, aren't having it. "Girl, be serious," someone said in the comment. It was he, not us, who was apprehended. Furthermore, it was discovered that Yandy and Mies had been collaborating on a brand new business project, a couples retreat series that was set to debut shortly. Take a moment to process that. We're talking about a whole marriage and their combined company failing in front of us, not just some sloppy direct messages. Mies' situation is not promising. The louder the receipts, the longer he remains mute. What about Yandy's motion? She appears to be completely finished. The crucial question now is if Yandy intends to completely remove Mies from their joint ventures. Mies appears guilty at the moment. Therefore, we need to discuss how he is handling this. He's been caught red-handed by the resurfacing club recordings, the hacked direct messages, and the several ladies who are supposedly involved. But he's avoiding everything rather than taking responsibility. And then raises the question, is Mendeecees and Yandy's relationship over? Will Yandy go for good at last? Supporters are essentially pleading with her to pick herself this time. This is going to get messier, in my opinion. We still haven't seen all of the receipts, so Mies had better start getting ready for the fallout if Yandy is acting as though she's finished. However, what are your thoughts? Should Yandy go permanently? Do you believe Mendeecees' justifications are credible, or is he merely attempting to tidy up a problem he knows he created? I can assure you that this drama is far from over, so if you enjoyed the tea, please click the like button and subscribe for more exclusive updates. If we know anything about the internet, it's that fresh receipts can appear at any time. Let's face it, we'll be here to explain everything to you when they do, I promise. I suspect Yandy has more to say soon and isn't finished yet. But I must ask, is this just another instance of celebrity drama that will end in a few weeks, or do you believe Yandy should cut Mendeecees off entirely? This is just the beginning, and you don't want to miss a thing. So while you're here, press the like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications because you already know this conversation is going to get heated. Are these so-called other ladies being honest, or are they merely attempting to gain attention? I assure you that this drama is only beginning, so keep your eyes on it.